Hi everyone and welcome back. I'm filming with natural light today. Hopefully that works out in our favour. My hair is in a world of its own today. It has gone from curly to bushy to not very curly on this side, but we're going to roll with it because it's real life and sometimes we don't always have the best of hair days and there's nothing I can do about it. It's not wanting to budge. So I have a lot of stuff to show you today from places like Boots and Superdrug, a few things from Beauty Bay and Glossier as well. I have for the past few months been gathering up little bits of makeup from the more affordable shops. So I'm going to call this a drugstore haul today because I feel like that's kind of like a universal thing on YouTube that everybody knows what I'm talking about if I say that. I also just wanted to quickly mention that I'm thinking of going from 2 videos to 3 videos a week now that I have a new topic to talk about, and I also want to say a huge thank you to any of you that have commented or messaged or liked anything that we've put out about the baby news. You honestly just made our entire week and it just feels so much more special now that people know and that I can talk to people about it and that it's out there and it's not this huge secret. So thank you to everybody. But because I have that new topic to talk about, I'm thinking of going back to 3 videos. A couple of years ago I changed to go back down to go to 2 because I just thought my channel wasn't really growing. It was a stupid thing to do really because I did it because my channel wasn't growing. I thought, why am I making 3 videos a week when people aren't watching them? But I feel like now I have grown a lot, my channel has grown a lot and I've got more to talk about. So I did a poll on Instagram and a lot of you said that you would really like to have 3 videos a week from me, so I'm thinking of doing Wednesday, Friday and Sunday uploads, so let me know what you think. But for the purpose of this video I'm going to start talking makeup. I'm going to start off with Beauty Bay because that's the stuff that's at the top of my pile, and I've bought a few new brushes. A couple are new to me and one is a replacement. So the first one is by Zoeva. So this is the Zoeva 100 Luxe Face Finish brush, and I'd seen this recommended by Kathleen Light. A lot of the stuff in this video was recommended by her on her channel. I absolutely love her YouTube channel and she uses this for bronzer, and the bronzer brush I'm using at the moment, which is the 90 brush by Zoeva, is my favourite one ever. So I thought it'd be nice to have a little bit of a change and just use a different shaped bronzer brush that I've never actually used before. This is the Morphe R36 brush and this is from their Rose Gold collection, and this is a highlighter brush. So this had a lot of good reviews and it was on their kind of like favourites list on Beauty Bay, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. I'm using the Anastasia one at the moment, which I really like, but it's a little bit too fluffy. This one is a little bit more tapered, so it'll be a little bit more precise, which I thought might be nice, a nice little change. Then I also bought the 234 Luxe Smoky Shader brush, and this is the one that is a replacement. This is a flat eyeshadow brush and it's the one that I use to just pack on eyeshadow all over my lid before I blend it out, or if I'm using pigments and things like that. I much prefer the ones that are thinner and also shorter than the ones that are fluffier and longer that you can get that are the more flat brushes, because I feel like they're more precise and I'm able to get the shadow where I really want it. And I've used this brush for years. It's a dupe for the MAC 2. I don't know. It's been that long since I bought a MAC makeup brush because I always use Zoeva and Morphe brushes now that I couldn't rave about them enough. So I picked up this one to add back into my collection because the one I've got is looking a little bit groggy. Talking of brushes, I also bought myself a new hairbrush, and this is the Wet Brush Pro Thick Hair hairbrush. I would never ever use anything other than a wet brush now to brush my hair. It gets through all of my knots, it doesn't feel like it's pulling on my hair, and the handle, I just really like a brush with a handle. I don't know why. When I first bought this I didn't get on with them, and now I can't imagine using anything else to brush my hair. And they also have this range, the custom care range. You can choose the different thicknesses of your hair, so this is for thick hair, but they do one for thinner hair, or they do one for really thick hair as well. So I just like it that you can kind of customize it to what you need rather than a brush that's kind of like one size fits all, which obviously isn't going to work for a lot of people because we all have very different hair types. So I've replaced this one because the one I've got is again looking a little bit worse for wear. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. It says it gives 16-hour wear to your makeup. Again, Kathleen Lights recommended this. I really like Milani for makeup. I think they're a great, more affordable brand, and she swears by this, and I was in the market for a new setting spray, so I thought I'd give this one a go. I'm thinking of doing a first impression, so I'll probably pop a lot of this stuff in that video so you'll see how it applies and what my first thoughts are, because a lot of this stuff is new to me, not just stuff that I've just recently bought. Speaking of Milani, I bought one of their matte lipsticks. This is in Matte Innocence and this is a shade 60, and I love the packaging of these first off, especially for a cheaper drugstore lipstick. I think again I'd seen this recommended on YouTube. It is a very browny, pinky nude shade. It's just I don't seem to wear anything else at the moment, so I thought I'd pick up another one. I've actually just gone through my lipstick collection and reduced it by over half, so might as well start adding to it while I can. I've got a couple of shampoo and conditioners from Boots to show you. The first is the Extraordinary Clay Rebalancing Shampoo and Conditioner. This is the one that I've heard... This is the one that I've spoken about before on my channel. It is, you can use it in your roots and it doesn't make them oily or greasy. It also gets rid of dry ends, so you can use it from the top to the bottom of your hair and it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't weigh my hair down. It's the only shampoo and conditioner that I can get more than 2 days wear out of my hair with, even without dry shampoo. I honestly rave about this stuff. It's so good. It's my favourite that I've ever used. I had seen that they had a new one out in their range. Now, I'm not a fan of the colour of these bottles, but it's what's on the inside that counts. And this is the Dream Lengths Restoring Shampoo and the Detangling Conditioner. And the shampoo says that it gives, it reinforces fragile lengths and it's for long and damaged hair. Obviously mine's not long, but it's damaged. I always feel like if you use any kind of heat on your hair, then it's going to be a little bit damaged, and mine definitely is. It's got keratin in this, castor oil and vitamins, and the detangling conditioner says that it instantly detangles with less breakage. So I'm quite excited to give those a whirl, and they smell really good, so that's always, you know, a step in the right direction when it comes to hair products. I also repurchased some purple shampoo. I've used this before. It's my favourite one after the Beauty Protector range, which is only available on Birchbox, and it's about £20 a bottle. So these were £4 a bottle and they're normally on offer. This is the Provoke Touch of Silver purple shampoo. So I've got the brightening shampoo and the intensive conditioner, and these just get rid of any kind of brassy, orangey dull tones in my hair. I haven't used a purple shampoo in ages, and the other day when I was doing my hair I just thought it looks really not blonde anymore. So I've picked these up to kind of put some of that, to take some of that brassiness away and make it look a little bit more vibrant and like I've just had my hair done. I've restocked on my favourite deodorant, the only one I ever use. It's the Dove Go Fresh Pear and Aloe Vera scent. Not much more I can say about a deodorant, but this one smells really good if you want to try a new one. I also repurchased the only cotton pads that I will ever use. These are the Cotton Wool Double Faced Oval Pads from Boots. They're normally buy one get one half price, that's why I've got 2 packets. They are not very thick, but they're solid. Like, they're the only ones that don't disintegrate on my face. The cheap ones that when you take, I mean, these are cheap. I think they're £1.50 and each, but normally on offer. The ones that you are taking makeup off with and then you end up with it all crumbling all over your face, I can't stand. These ones have never done that to me, which is why I just keep rebuying them. My favourite eyelashes that I only ever really wear are the Fleur de Force range by Eyelure. It's not because it's Fleur, I just really like the eyelashes, and I love the packaging as well, it's really cute. I picked up the Fleur Loves ones, which are 3/4 lashes. So these ones you don't have to trim, so they're 3/4 lashes. They're a little bit more natural. They're very easy to apply. These ones are the Flirt and Fabulous, and these are the ones that I'll go to if I want a really dramatic lash. Dramatic for me anyway, a little bit fuller, and I tend to wear these if it is an occasion, I'm going out, I've got a wedding or something like that, neither of which happen very often, but I always pick them up when they're on offer because otherwise they can work out quite expensive. I also picked up an Original Source shower milk. This is the Sweet Apple and Vanilla Milk scent. I've not used this one before. I usually use is it the Raspberry and Vanilla scent? The one that smells really good. It's pinker than this is a bit more coral. It was £1, makes them smell nice. I'm not really one for spending tens and tens of pounds on shower gels because I'd rather spend more on like my perfumes and my skincare because I feel like that makes more of a difference. This does the job. It washes me, it makes me smell good for a little while. I also picked up a makeup brush from Boots. This is the B02 from the Real Techniques Powder Bleu range. I bought the powder brush when it was half price. This one again was half price. They are more of a luxurious high street makeup brush, but they are really gorgeous. And the powder brush, the really fat one, I love to apply powder with. It's kind of tapered at the top, so you can even use it under your eyes. I really like it. It needs to go in a favourites. This one I've seen them use to set the powder underneath their eyes, to use as a highlight brush, a blush brush, contour. I thought it was very versatile, and because I like the other one so much and they're so soft. From Amazon of all places, because this product is actually exclusive to Amazon. I mentioned it in my favourites, so I'll link that somewhere around here so that you can go and watch that if you want a more in-depth review on it. But this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation, and I wear the shade 202. It's what I've got on today. It has become my absolute go-to foundation. I wear it every single day. I don't need to mix it with anything. It's a nice medium coverage that you can build up. It makes you look healthy, and it doesn't look like you're caked in foundation, I don't think anyway. I don't have to mix the shade. It's a really, really good shade match for me. This says it gives a radiant finish and it's for normal to dry skin, and that it's hydrating, and I would agree with all of those points. It doesn't look greasy on the skin. I kind of have normal skin really. I get a few dry patches here and there if I've not done skincare in a while where I get texture, but I have kind of normal skin, maybe a little bit oily around here. But even when you set this with a powder, you can still see that kind of like glow coming through, and it's just a really nice foundation. I think it's about £11, so it's not the cheapest, but that's probably because it's exclusive to Amazon. Hopefully it'll become more mainstream the more popular that it gets. I'll do a few bits from Glossier and then I'll move on to Superdrug. First of all, I have the Stretch Concealer from Glossier, which is a pot concealer. I've not used a pot concealer in years. This is in the shade Light. I'm probably going to use this with my finger to apply, which I don't really tend to enjoy doing, but I think it will warm the product up nicely. I've also really recently bought the NARS pot concealer, and I think this one is meant to be a little bit more hydrating but less coverage. So again, I will pop these in the first impressions if you're interested at all. I'd heard Alana Davison go on and on and on about this, and I couldn't hold off any longer. Whilst I was making the Glossier order, I bought a new Boy Brow, and this is in the shade Brown. The one I previously used was the clear one. You just get a tiny, tiny little bottle, and then it's got the tiny little spoolie on, as you'd expect for an eyebrow gel. I love these. You don't get a ridiculous amount of product that comes out at once. It sets my brows, they make them look like they've got a little bit more to them, a little bit fuller, and hopefully this brown one will give a little bit of a tint to it as well. I've heard rave reviews about the pigment ones rather than the clear ones, which is why I just thought I'd switch it up and try a different thing. This is the Cloud Paint, and this is in the shade Dusk, and this is a seamless cheek colour. Again, it's been so long since I've used something like this. How cute is the packaging, first off? I haven't used like a liquid or cream blusher in years, but I feel like they've got so much better than what they used to be like, and for spring summer I feel like they look a lot more natural. They make the skin look a little bit more radiant and not as powdery and as cakey as powder products can look on the skin. So I thought I'd give this one a go. It's hopefully going to be like a really nice, gorgeous kind of muted peachy pinky blush colour. Last but not least, from Superdrug, I bought a micellar water. This is the Vitamin E Gentle Micellar Solution. I used to use this all the time. I've raved about it on my channel before. It removes makeup. It's a gorgeous product. It's just no fuss, and you know what you're going to get. It's about £3 and it smells like Bronze Goddess perfume from Estee Lauder, like holiday in a bottle, and I really like it, and I just missed using it. I was in the market for a new one, so I just thought I'd go back to an old favourite. I also picked up a couple of bits from the Gigi Hadid collection with Maybelline, and the first one is a mascara, which is the Fibre Mascara. I don't know if she's got a couple of them out, if this is the only one. Again, a fibre mascara is something that I've not used in years, and the one that I last used really flaked. It made my lashes look longer and fuller, but it flaked all over my face throughout the day. I've heard quite good reviews about this. I also bought the lip liner in the shade Tora. Again, this was recommended by Kathleen Lights. It's just a very bog standard nude lip liner, but they're the ones that I gravitate to every single day, so I'm always in the market really. Speaking of colours that I always gravitate towards, this is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Seductress, and they brought out a new range of their shades in this formula. I've never used the formula before, but one of my friends had it on the other day and it looked gorgeous, and she said it just lasts for ages and ages, so I'll let you know whether it does or not. I really like this shade. Again, it's just stereotypical. There was a few nice ones, but they were more like pink, whereas this one's a little bit more muted and kind of has that little bit of brown to it, which I prefer. And then last but not least, I'll let you go in a minute because I feel like I've been waffling for a very long time. I've got two bits from Makeup Revolution, and these have been majorly hyped of late. So we have the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour Concealer. I got the shade C3. They were very, very low on shades. I don't know whether I could have done with a shade lighter. It's meant to be a dupe for Tarte Shape Tape, which is my favourite concealer. I know, I'm sorry, I'm another one of them, but it's just that good, and this is a fraction of the price, so thought I'd give it a try. And then I also got their Fast Base Stick Foundation in the shade F2, which is again something that has kind of completely blown up, and I really like my Makeup Forever foundation stick. It's one of my favourite foundations, and I thought it'd be interesting to see what a cheaper one fared like. I know L'Oreal now have a stick foundation. I'm not sure if any other brands do, but they are kind of coming into the high street and into like Boots and Superdrug and stuff, and I thought I'd see what they're like. I've seen a lot of good stuff about this, so I'll be excited to see what I think and whether it is worth the money or not. I think it was about £10. Makeup Revolution, the Makeup Forever one is about 30, so it's a lot cheaper. That is everything that I've got to show you today, everything that I've bought recently. My sister is currently waiting for me outside. I asked her not to come in because I didn't want her to disturb the dogs, because then that's all you would have heard in the background. But we are going now for an ice cream. I will see you all on Wednesday with my next video. I hope you really enjoyed this one. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you very soon. Thank you for watching.